Moving on into Asuka and Belair get awkward, and Bianca Belair comes out while Asuka and Carmella. I don't know how Carmella keeps getting these matches. There's other women on the roster. She keeps getting inserted into these little matches, and it's like, why? I don't get the prestige of Carmella. Like, it's worn off. Like James Ellsworth, we always talked about it. That whole storyline. And it's like, we don't need her to be in these type of feuds in the middle. Like, even as a heater or just to make Asuka look good, we don't need to see her.
That's why the female Baron Corbin.
Pretty much, like, and it's funny because she was in that backstage interview with Adam Pearce and Chelsea Green, and I'm like, if they put those two together, I can.
That's exactly what they're gonna do. No, that's where that's going. They're gonna
I'm fine with that because it's like they're annoying. They're gonna be in shit. They're gonna be causing trouble, whatever the case may be. Okay, I'm fine with that for her. But against Asuka, no. So Asuka makes quick work of her. We get to interact. The first interaction between Bianca Belair and Asuka basically starts pouring out the blue mist, and it's like, okay, we're getting something here that's going to start, and hopefully we can get something that's actually going to build this, because it's like, that's a good first interaction of them staring at each other in the ring, actually acknowledging each other. But it's like, where are we going to go from there? How do you guys think this is going to develop?
Okay. I have a question for the both of you on this. So for the last 2 weeks, for this specific story, what's happened? Bianca has pretty much come out and said, I'm the EST. You're challenging me at WrestleMania. You're not going to beat me. So for the last 2 weeks, that's what we've gotten. So what is this story between the two of them? Asuka's the challenger trying to take the title, right? How many other stories are just like this right now? Like, and I'm only saying that because when you got somebody like Asuka and Bianca Belair, there should be a bigger story to make this feel bigger than just Asuka going after the championship. And I don't know. I just feel like this should be a lot bigger. I know
they should try again. The issue is here. Who is the heel?
That's actually something I wrote down. Is Asuka a heel?
People like Asuka. Asuka has this blue face gimmick.
Asuka's hot right now.
Yeah, like people like Asuka because they know how bad. It's like Samoa Joe. She's like Samoa Joe to me. Like, she's just badass. Like, she's gonna kick somebody's ass. You know, somebody's gonna get hurt when they go in the ring again. You know, you're gonna get a good match with Asuka in there. So it's like Bianca Belair. You can arguably say this is probably her best opponent since probably Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, because honestly, we got the Carmellas, we got the Natalias, we got all the other people, Sonya Deville's, we got all these other people in there that got mixed in the fluff of being contenders against her, and it's like Asuka's really a threat. when you really look at it, like, Asuka kicks hard, she's tough, she's submission based, she can slow things down, she can speed things up, and it's like, this should be a bigger thing, and it's like, we're not really getting it, and I feel like that's because, like I said with Brian, we don't know who the heel is. And this is where there's potential here to have Bianca as a heel. She should naturally be a heel. Like, they have all these women in the division that should be a heel. Rhea Ripley can be a heel. Charlotte can be a heel. Bianca Belair is bigger. She's faster. She's stronger. She's been telling us her whole career she's better than everybody else. As a babyface, she needs to be a heel. And I think that's what this is going to need. I think they need her to turn in order to get
make
the
it hot.
Get the most out of the storyline.
And that's the thing, like you said, that we don't know who the heel is, which you would think it's Asuka, but Asuka's like hot right now. She's too hot, like, and she's like she looks like the fucking Joker, and she's fucking messing with Bianca, like doing all this creepy shit that she knows how to do, which I guess she's done in her past in her career. So it's like we're getting this whole new side of her. We want to see what this looks like, but this also shows the lack of competition in the competition. Like, who's competing with Bianca right now? That isn't Becky. That isn't Bayley. You got nobody. You got all the same people who've been here for like the past honestly probably like 5-6 years. Everybody's had a title, but like who's been serious? Come on, no Natalia, no Carmella, like Nikki Cross, like
exactly.
come on.
And this is exactly what I was saying like weeks ago about their women's division. I mean, they have all this this talent there that's not built correctly, and because it's not built correctly, they have to go back and go get the Trishas and the leaders to make it.
Yeah, that was a prime example.
That's sad.
And like they shouldn't have to do that. The talent is right there. All you gotta do is just create the proper stories for them. And
they haven't done that. But I think this like, and I was thinking about that. Like, if Asuka was going to be a heel, she should have a faction. Like Io Shirai should be in her faction. Fucking, if you wanted to do something like that, like
Xia Li,
Kairi Sane, like that would have been the perfect thing for Asuka to have them be her minions and them just be hard hitting, attacking, boom, boom, boom. Have Asuka as the badass. That probably would have been the right way to go.
Wasn't Xia Li in some group in NXT, and then they never really revealed who the fucking lady was?
Bugging people on SmackDown, and then we never got anything out of that.
No, in NXT, she was like when they repackaged her, she was part of this like Chinese mafia group.
Oh yeah,
and then they never revealed who the fucking lady was.
Actually, well, the lady is actually Wendy Chu now, but that's who that was.
Bro,
you mean the one?
That's when I was that's when I was still watching NXT, and I was like, yo, who? Like this shit was hot. I was like, yo, this is fire. She's taking people out, blah blah blah. Oh, who's that? You got the other dude, like the enforcer, and then fucking 2.0 happened, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, yo,
we get the onesie lady. I was so mad when I saw that. I'm like, why does she have a onesie? Why is she wearing like
who's wearing a onesie?
Really true.
Oh my god.
She made it work, but it's just like the gimmick is so laughable. It's like, what are you doing?
I'm just watching this right now. I'm like, yeah, this ain't main event in WrestleMania no time soon, I guess.
Oh wow, that's what they did to her. That's sad. Damn.
Like, yeah. Like, so to see that is just like, yeah, that's bad. But
that's bad.
It's just like the women's division, they just need something. I saw something like they were gonna try to get Zoe Stark, who is hard hitting in the Rumble. She's in NXT. They were trying to give her a main event push at some point, like try to bring her to the main roster. And it's like, you guys got to do something. You guys got to do something. And I don't.
Brought back Mia Yim, bro. Just let her be a fucking badass. Nope. Now you can't even decide on her fucking name, Mia Yim. I was like, what the hell is this?
It's like, do we need that?
Even shit have like
literally only brought her back just so the AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson could have someone to match up with Judgment Day. Literally, that's all they brought her back for. Just like
literally.
And then AJ broke his ankle.
See, I totally forgot about that. I was just thinking, okay, damn, AJ Styles hasn't been around, huh? And I realized he's hurt.
Just broke his ankle.
I know for sure if he wasn't hurt, that somehow he factored into WrestleMania at some.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
easily.
Absolutely.
It probably would be him versus the Judgment Day, honestly.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah, probably that's probably all why this shit's happening. Mm-hmm. We're putting all the dots together, guys. That's what we do here.
But you know what's crazy? That probably might have changed who won the Rumble too, if that went through.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was gonna be the Judgment Day with Rhea versus the AJ's group with Mia, then it's like, would she have been the Royal Rumble winner? It could have been somebody else. Probably would have been Becky or whoever.
Could have been Charlotte. Like that's crazy. All that stuff is coming together, kind of putting it together. Now that's definitely a way to think about it and look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. The women's division just it needs like the time of the force. The four horsewomen, I feel like is definitely fading out. Like Bailey is like.
They need the new interjection of
there's no like who's hot, like who's.
You want to know what it is? You want to know what it is? Ronda Rousey didn't get over. She didn't get over. When you look
she has to be the She has to be the one UFC fighter who I'm sorry.
Who you just
at
can't
least
say.
personality, not skill. I give her skill. Like when her first run, I was like, yo, she's like walking up people and grabbing their arm bars. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But her on the mic is just so cringy. And when she turned heel, my God, I was like, yo, shut it off.
Please stop
get
talking.
Paul Heyman out here. Like, yo, don't let her talk, bro.
Yeah, she definitely needed Paul Heyman.
She's not special anymore. When she first came in, she was special. She's just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And when you and in her case,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think of that. Like her as just, hey, you're just everybody else now.
Yeah, just another woman on the roster, which is crazy because it shouldn't be that way for her. Like, yeah, she should still.
It shouldn't be like that. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that because I feel like she should be badass.
She should have easily been the female Brock.
Yeah.
Like, don't say much. Like she could. I feel like she should have. I don't know. Maybe it got stale, but she should have ran her baby face stuff a little bit longer. And I mean, didn't she come? Didn't she come in when the Bellas were still there? Didn't she?
Yeah, like the tail end of when they were there.
Yeah, so I'm like, which everybody fucking hated the Bellas, so it was like that was like perfect. And I was just thinking that, I'm surprised they haven't brought them back. Like, but
she did. I think she did say that she, Nikki Bella said that she misses wrestling. So I was like, no, no, don't do it. Don't do it, WWE.
But the thing was, I felt Nikki was actually a pretty decent wrestler.
She got better.
No, they both got better. They both improved. I mean, that's how they
just got annoying as hell.
At first, they just
mode shit was.
At first, they had no personality and their character sucked. But then once they got better in the ring, it was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, when she had her run towards the end, I was like, okay, they were having her win and shit. But I was like, yo, she's a good heel. Like, plays into it.
That part right.
But then when they broke up and everything,
exactly. Then Vince McMahon decided, hey, why don't we just break them up and have them feud against each other? right? And then that happened, and then Nikki Bella said, I wish you died in the womb.
That was Stephanie McMahon. That was Stephanie McMahon's wedging the wedge between them, right?
Oh, God.
Nah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
We don't. I don't want the Bellas back. I had enough of that. We left that era of wrestling. We do not need it back.
Yeah, well, divas, they're women now. We do
not need that era of wrestling, please.
No butterfly belts, please.
That could be their storyline. Like if they came back and they say we're the real women's champion and try to come back and do that whole angle, that would be the only way they come back.
That would start a riot.
I do not need that. I do not need that because it's like, nah, we're in a different element. We should be better as they should be better as a women's wrestling division. We do not need that.
And it's crazy when I think of like looking at the two like AEW's women. And then, like, mind you, it's completely different. But I feel like I don't know, like some of the women on like AEW have like more credibility. Like I don't know, like I felt like you got people like Toni Storm over there, Britt Baker, blah blah blah, and you're just like, yo, these women's like killing it. And then you look over here, it's like, yo, how long have these same 5 people, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, Asuka, now Bianca. Like it's
funny because you look at women like Britt Baker, like she was probably on WWE's list, right? And then AEW comes in, takes her. Thunder Rosa, probably on the short list of AEW, could have been probably Toni Storm. Like she fell out real quick in WWE, and I was just like, they didn't do anything with her. But on NXT UK, she was actually entertaining and stuff like that. So it's like. Again, just bad booking.
Wasn't there another female UK champ who was really good? I don't know why. I feel like I didn't really watch UK.
Talking about Piper Niven.
Was it her?
It could have been.
No, there was somebody else there. Hold on.
Yeah, because there was somebody who was reigning longer or something.
Oh, it was what's her name? Kaylee Ray. I think she's Alba Fire now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't
But yeah, they just kind of just dropped the ball with that, and it's like, what are you guys doing? And especially when you have the women that are wrestlers, at least if we know that they're we're kind of reaching the end of that phase of wrestlers with Becky Lynch and the Four Horsemen, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They should be having bangers. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like they're just on the sideline, kind of waiting. We're kind of in the neutral position. It's like, why are we not getting bang? You know what I mean?
But that's what I feel like. It's the personality like aspect. It's like nobody has this like standing out like on the mic, like, yo, like nobody's dropping pipe bombs, the female version. Nobody's out here like calling people like, I'm tired of all this bullshit. Like, give me an opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And actually like prove yourself. Like, you got fucking.
The last woman who did that was Peyton Royce, and she was released like a week later.
Best tag team ever.
I still miss the Iconics. I miss Billy Kay, man.
The greatest actual women's tag team. And it's like, yo, why even have those belts at this point?
They're an Impact, right? Yeah. I think they're
one of them.
Yeah, they were there for like a hot minute. I don't know if they're there.
Yeah, no, they're not there anymore. They both left. I think Peyton Royce had a baby, and then the other one, I think she's like modeling or shit or whatever.
It's like it was a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Yeah. But shit, man. Women's wrestling hopefully they'll get it right again at some point. Because it's like I hate like the tag division in wrestling, in the women's division, especially in WWE. I don't know how it is for AEW, but it just comes in ebbs and flows. Like, oh, it's hot. Like the women were arguably at one point better than the men. Like you were like, yo, we're getting bangers out of the women, even in NXT. Like we're getting every level of wrestling that's good from the women. And then it goes downhill. Same thing with the tag division. Hey, we're getting bangers with the tag division. Usos, New Day. We're getting that. And then we get, I can't even remember who won the titles last time. You get Rhino and Heath Slater.
We will not need to talk about that shit.
You get that era of wrestling for tag team.
He had kids, all right?
I don't give a shit. That was supposed to be American Alpha's moment. They were supposed to be the highlight of the tag division when they got drafted. I don't give a fuck about Heath Slater. I was a fan of American Alpha.
I was too, bro. I was a big fan of American Alpha.
No, American Alpha was supposed to be it.
Bro, FTR, the Revival,
Authors of Pain.
And Tommaso Ciampa. Oh my God.
Authors of Pain.
Like
I still remember when they beat DIY when Tommaso turned on Johnny. I'm like, that match was so brutal.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
NXT had some of the most fire stories, bro.
Mm-hmm. I think Authors of Pain, they're rumored to come back. Like I think they're in talks.
I heard.
Like, please, we need something new in the tag.
Yes. Viking Raiders are not doing it. Fucking,
they don't give them.
Street Profits. I don't think are getting another run anytime soon.
No,
probably not.
No, because Montez is starting to branch off. You can see it now.
That highlight from him, he's gonna get a title soon. He's either gonna get the IC or the USA title at some point.
I think this is the negatives of the bloodline. Like everything's in a holding pattern with that. Everything is in a holding pattern.
They gotta let that shit go. They gotta let everything go. Give me 2 titles, but give me 2 tag divisions. Like, come on, have people fighting for some shit.
Like you guys have ran the wrestling for 2 years now. Take a 6 months hiatus. We'll reassess. Come back at Survivor Series.
You know, it'd be crazy because there are other people in their family that are wrestling, bro. Just like create like the Bullet Club of like the bloodline, but like they're all related.
Because they got people in New Japan, right?
Bro, you got The Rock's daughter. There's like 2 more fucking Uso brothers out there or some shit. Like there's another, like it's crazy.
It never ending. Samoan legacy of wrestling.
Bro. And then you have The Rock just come back and he doesn't even wrestle. He's just like the manager.
Comes back every 3 weeks to say, hey, what the hell's going on? Like just to be The Rock.
My family runs this entire business.
No, that's crazy, man. But it's just like really like everything's in a holding pattern because like new guys can't ascend.
No.
like they had like Cody Rhodes kind of just got inserted into that spot. Sami Zayn's kind of weaseled his way like begrudgingly against the company, whatever angle they had. And it's like everyone else, you can't really create stars because it's like you guys are holding on to this one thing.
Literally, if you would have 2 titles, you could have easily done Roman, Sammy, and then Cody run the Rumble and face another person, whoever was champ. Like,
yeah, they could have divided it up, but it's like they got to figure that out. And that's funny because I was reading they were like somebody said they want Roman to get to 1,000 days.
1,000 days. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
And the only way he can do that is win at WrestleMania. Oh man.
Yeah, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind it because of the way that Cody came back coming into the Rumble and the fact he had his injury and was out for all that time. I actually kind of want to see him lose. That way, there's a story of building him back up.
They can't do that.
It has to be WrestleMania for him. Like it has to be WrestleMania. You can't give him no SummerSlam win. It's not going to feel as great.
I was thinking about that too because I was doing my whole USA thing about Cody Rhodes and stuff like that. They can't do the Lex Express. They can't do the Lex Express.
Yeah.
Lex hated that shit. Did you watch his documentary? There was like, he was not Hulk Hogan.
Is that A&E?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay,
and they were like, Lex Luger, he like, he had the physique, but he was not the next
they've ever done because we never really knew much about Lex Luger, his career.
I didn't know all that stuff. I knew about him and Miss Elizabeth. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. But it's crazy because it's like when he was in WCW early, he was good. And I'm like, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. They try to make him
Hogan,
the Hulkamaniac.
Like he tried to get big. He got big, and then they were just like, Vince, missed that.
We need another Hulk Hogan. Fuck it, let's go with Lex.
No, but that's crazy. I'm like, but they can't. I'm like, I get it because that would be like the story for Cody Rhodes. Like, you didn't win the big one, your dad. They'll just continue that. Like, that's never going to go anywhere. But it's like they can't Lex Express him.
Yeah,
they can't do that. Like,
I'm sorry. I know Cody was definitely like, coming back. He was supposed to win whenever the hell he came back, and then they were like,
he was supposed to win at SummerSlam. He was destined.
Exactly.
Like, he was supposed to win in Nashville.
Let's move it to WrestleMania.
He was supposed to win in Nashville, and he didn't. He wasn't. He got injured. That was it. Like, that's the thing. Oh man, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, they can't Lex Express him.
I'm sorry, SummerSlam is not as big as WrestleMania to me. SummerSlam hasn't felt like.
I like SummerSlam. I like Brock Lesnar turning over the ring. Like, I like that. That was epic. Like,
that specific SummerSlam you talking about where Brock and Becky came back, right? That specific SummerSlam capped off.
That was
like a whole weekend for like great wrestling because that same weekend is when CM Punk came back to AEW. That whole weekend, that's when wrestling was like at its highest high that at the highest high it had been in a long time.
Everything was going down.
I don't remember all the SummerSlam, but I don't know. I just feel like thinking back, just like
Usos. And I thought, and then even at that, I thought Montez Hill was going to turn heel at that point. I thought he was because he was getting pissed off that they were like getting close and they couldn't win it.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to
never
turn heel.
Anything with that.
Yeah. Luce. That was the same SummerSlam that your favorite wrestler Goldberg had a title match.
A title match.
Yeah, he had
Goldberg. He's coming back. You got one more match for him, man. He's coming back.
I thought his thing ended.
He's got one more.
Bro.
He was saying that the WWE owes him a retirement match, and it's like they don't owe you shit.
Bro. When you almost killed the Undertaker, you should have retired. Like
now, if they ever decided to put him in the ring with Omos, we shouldn't watch wrestling for the rest of the
Honestly, I'd be happy because
I would accept that. They're on the same skill level right now.
Exactly.
Exactly. They're on the same skill level. They could go at it.
Goldberg, spear him. Spear.
Spear him like you did Bray Wyatt.
Spear. That's all you can do.
Just take out Omos. That would be his crown.
Literally, all you can do is just do the spin.
His secondary.
And knowing him, he'd try a fucking jackhammer too and be like,
"Oh my god!" We just want Omos off TV. We don't want him dead. Like, he shouldn't. Yeah, he shouldn't. Like, even though he's like, I'm pretty sure Goldberg is probably in fantastic shape and stuff like that. He's stronger than me, whatever the case may be. Nah, you shouldn't be lifting up anything. You almost killed the Undertaker. No,
honestly, you see, with this shit, it's like, I get it. You're on national TV, and these guys should be prepared to be on TV. Not obviously not everybody gets the same route. Some people get brought in because size, or whatever. But it's just like, if you can't cut it, people are gonna see it, and it's just
you can't hide that. You can't hide that.
You can't. Nope.
It's funny because Omos was never even on NXT, was he?
Nope.
He should have been in. He should stay in NXT.
Legit, just run NXT and then the end until you can get. And that's the thing is like, bro, you have this place to like get these people ready. And why are you skyrocketing people like fucking Apollo, fucking Omos, fucking I don't know, just people who haven't done shit in NXT or anywhere, like, and then you're just like, all right, go to the main roster and see how you do. And it's like, not everybody gets struck with that lightning bolt,
Yeah. Like, the only person that didn't go to NXT at that point in time was like AJ Styles when he came in. Like, he was the only person
around the fucking world.
Yeah, like he was the only person like that didn't get that treatment.
If you didn't know who AJ Styles was, and then you came in, you're like, yo, what is this? This is the phenomenal forearm, the fucking gloves. You're like, yo, this shit's hot. Bro. And you're like, yo, he has short hair. Like, what? TNA? What?
It's crazy because it's like, yeah. I remember like my family ordered Impact pay-per-view with like that, like he won the title against like fucking Ron Killings, R-Truth. Like he had short hair and shit. Like, yo, like AJ Styles, like I've literally seen AJ Styles his whole career, and I'm just like,
yes, bro.
He's not in WWE. Like that was the one thing like everyone was saying, like he's not in WWE. Like how? Like
I remember early on when like TNA was still on like Spike, and I was like, yo, what is this like fucking ring? I remember seeing AJ just flying around. I remember when like Christopher Daniels was still like flying.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then I was like, yo, this shit's crazy, but I didn't keep up with it. But it's just like, until AJ came back, and I was like, I honestly had forgotten who, because I didn't follow stuff outside of WWE like that. I remember hearing about like Lucha Underground and like New Japan, but I wasn't like following. And then when he came back, that's when I looked at him. I was like, oh shit, this is him. And I was like, oh, he's been around the fucking world. Like,
yeah, literally. Literally. Like
literally everywhere. Incredible, because look at his fucking repertoire. Like, bro has submissions, high flying, everything. Like he can do everything and work with people bigger than him. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Like he's phenomenal. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
That's all you need to say.
The perfect nickname for him. Phenomenal.
Yep. And he even said it. This broken ankle is probably like his first like major injury.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like shit. Yeah, it's funny because his injury kind of affected everything too, and it's like you wonder where he would have been in the WrestleMania card and stuff like that. So it's like shit.
I wouldn't be mad with another AJ run.
No, absolutely. He should get definitely.
We need another AJ run.
That
first run he had was wonderful.
Like, I'm pretty sure if they don't Let's Express Cody Rhodes, like he should be an opponent.
Yo, Cody versus AJ would be fun.
No, that's a story right there.
Yeah. Then you bring up TNA. No, you bring up the Bullet Club.
Exactly, the Bullet Club. That's perfect.
That's crazy. Like you can do a lot of stuff there because it's like you got Finn Balor. Hopefully he's out the Judgment Day. That's a potential matchup that could happen. Like there's a lot of if the bloodline falls, there can be a lot of avenues they can go with wrestling still, even like to hold it until Roman comes back.
Yeah, as good as the bloodline is, it's like we need the balance. Champs, like the balance. It's just like,
and it's funny because people hated the two belts. Like everyone was like, "Oh, well," I'm like, "There's too much talent."
But there's always been two belts. There's been the world. There's been the WWE. Like, there's always been two belts. Maybe not in the '80s or
up until it wasn't until like late.
Until the whole WCW thing came in, there wasn't 2 belts, right?
Yeah. There wasn't 2 belts until like late 2000s.
Yeah,
like when they started the brand splits.
Because Jericho had 2 belts.
Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah,
no, but didn't Jericho have 2 belts?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was after the whole invasion storyline and shit.
Oh yeah, the invasion story. Yeah. Because he beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in one night.
Still lays claim to that, even on AEW.
Bro,
he got to, man.
To me, Jericho is that man.
He's hilarious. Man.
He stands the test of time, bro.
He's all fat. He's out of shape.
No, bro.
He's actually.
I saw that. No, that clip, bro. He knows how to cut. It's like when he takes breaks and he's not on TV, he like blows up because obviously he's not like fucking trainer. But then when it's like you'll get TV ready, this man slims down like crazy. You're like, bro, how did you just get rid of that fucking 8-pack? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a Ring of Honor champion now. But is he still Ring
of
Honor?
I think he lost it.
He lost it to Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli. Yeah,
wasn't he just in the tag team battle royal?
Yeah. He had the Ring of Honor title around his waist. Yeah.
Why is he in the tag team battle royal?
Ring of Honor is supposedly getting its own thing soon.
I think it had its first show. I think it had.
But I don't think they have I think they're still working on getting a TV deal, but they're like starting up basically.
Oh, okay.
I think they're starting to record at like Universal and shit. Like they got a whole setup and everything. Mad teams are in it and shit. Mad people are there.
Give up on that, bro. You're not going to get Ring of Honor a TV deal. Like you're just not, because Ring of Honor was never.
Tony Khan has enough connections to get that done.
Yeah, I mean, come on, if you got Impact still running, you can get Ring of Honor somewhere.
He should be able to get a TV deal. He's not going to get USA or TBS or TNT. TNT is like, nah, we're already putting our money into this. He can get somewhere. He can get some. There's enough TV. There's enough content like YouTube TV. He got to get something. He can get something. He can get.
I don't think. But isn't YouTube TV still just channels?
Yeah. Hey, YouTube TV, you want to start your own channel?
Yeah, exactly.
Random shit, random people. You just play random YouTube videos all day.
Nah, man, they got to figure that. Like, nah, he can get a TV deal. He should be able to get a TV deal.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like, I mean, I don't know how AEW, because it's from what I hear, it's like Tony Khan runs AEW, Rampage. Then you got all these other, like there's the AEW Dark Elevation or some shit. Yeah. And then it's like, bro, now you're gonna add Ring of Honor. It's like, there's no way you're running all this shit. Like, you cannot keep.
Nah.
And plus your guys' responsibilities with the Jacksonville Jaguars and then his overseas soccer team. So
it's like, yo, you're stretching yourself a little
too thin, bro.
You better get a general manager soon, bro.
I think that could be a position for somebody, a wrestler. Like, he can have somebody run that. Like, he can like a Chris Jericho can run that, or somebody else can run that. Like, somebody who's a veteran for them, like, can run that. That's what he should do. And have them overtake that and look after that. But nah, man, that's he should be able to get a TV deal. Like, that's Tony Khan. You got all that money, man. You should. I don't even know how much he's worth. Like,
probably isn't billionaire.
Nah, he got bank. Tony Khan net worth.
I know what's up there.
Let's see. Oh, he's only worth $1 billion? I thought he had more than that.
Only?
I thought he had more than that. My bad for selling you short, bro. My bad. My bad, man. Nah, man. Fuck it. But all right, man. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, man. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll continue down the road to WrestleMania. And I'm going to try to get into AEW. I'm going to try to branch out a little bit, especially when I'm a little disgusted with the WrestleMania lineup.
I'll say as much. AEW is okay right now, but compared to where they were a year ago, it's definitely a drop off. I'll say that much.
Yeah, because it's like Hangman Page got hurt, right?
Yeah,
Hangman Page got hurt. Adam Cole got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody, like all their top guys, got hurt like at the worst time.
CM Punk fighting with the Young Bucks, the elite.
Yes.
And then Kenny Omega comes back, and I'm like, oh, okay. Looks like they're not suspended or fired.
Nobody can talk about it legally, apparently, because they keep trying in these interviews to get somebody to talk about it, and nobody's budged yet.
Something tells me.
I wonder what CM Punk did. He probably has some like gag order or something.
I don't know. Something tells me that he's gonna come back and they're gonna work it as a story. I don't know.
They have to.
They
have to. Like you kind of gotta have to. You just gotta be like, all right, guys, let's not really fight out here and cause injury or harm.
Because if it really wasn't a whole thing, then somebody should have got fired at this point, or bought out his contract or something like.
Yeah, because it's like he's gone. He's been gone a little too long for them to just be like.
Well, he was also still injured too, I guess.
Oh yeah. Damn, but
or had surgeries. Who knows?
That's crazy. But a lot of the people, like John Moxley's the only person like holding strong, right? Like he's been the only consistent. Him and Daniel Bryan, right, have been the only consistent people that have been able to. And Chris Jericho, of course, have been the only people to stay on TV long enough. But yeah, I'm gonna check that out because I think I got it recorded. But I'm gonna check it out and see a little AEW NXT as well. I'm trying to get back into that. Jinder Mahal lost to Braun Breaker in their title match, so I'm gonna try to check that out and try to. Has he improved? Did anyone see that Jinder Mahal?
I didn't.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Yeah. All right, but yeah.
But since we're mentioning Ginger and the rap gotta wrap this up properly. Mm-hmm. Omos winning at WrestleMania will be the equivalent of Jinder winning the WWE title. I just want to throw that out there.
I'll say this: when Jinder won, I liked it because I was like, "Yo, he looks badass." It looks like he's going to turn the corner. I liked it. I liked when he won.
I'm going to tell you why I didn't like it. Because 2 months prior, Jinder Mahal was the guy that was known to get embodied by Rob Gronkowski at WrestleMania. That's why I didn't like it. Because he was like, this dude was a joke, and now he's the champ.
I'm sorry. I will always see as him getting the title just because they were going to India. That's the only reason why he got that. That's not a legit. You didn't fight your way back up. You just got a title match and somehow won.
And they didn't get. They couldn't find Great Khali in time.
Basically,
couldn't find him in time.
He was walking too slow to the stadium.
They're like,
fucked up both his knees.
We got to cut this short, guys. We can't. Jinder, you want to come out here and help us out here? Nah, man. But yeah, we'll catch this up. We'll continue down the road to WrestleMania. And until next time, thank you guys for joining me, man. All right.